Is this really one of the best duffel bags out right now? What's up YouTube? In this video, I want to do a quick review of this duffel bag right here, and this is the Nike Brasilia duffel bag. The reason I got this duffel bag and the reason why I'm reviewing it is because apparently it got really high praise on the internet. One website categorizes this bag as the most affordable duffel bag, and another vlog or another website categorizes this as one of the best medium-sized duffel bags. In addition to that, on the Nike website, apparently it has really high reviews. It has almost a perfect 5 stars with a total of 101 or so reviews. Of course, that is a Nike website, and whether it is biased or not, that's actually for me to determine and for me to share with you and for you to find out. So in this video, I want to do a quick review of this product, just give you a little breakdown and overview of the duffel bag, talk about its materials and components, do a little functional analysis of this bag, and give you my overall thoughts. So with that being said, let's get into it. This is technically the medium-sized bag, and so the dimensions of this medium bag is it spans 25 inches long, 12 inches wide, and 12 inches tall or 12 inches high. So there are a number of different compartments in this bag. First, I want to talk about the main one that starts at the top. On the top of the bag, you have this big zipper that loops around kind of like this. And I would say in this main compartment, it's a pretty good size. It definitely can store a good number of things. You can store at least 2 or 3 pairs of shoes easily. You can store a lot of clothes or just towels and even some sports equipment gear. Also inside this main compartment is a small zipper pouch right here, and I think this is good to store your more personal belongings and small items such as your keys or your wallet, credit cards, small things like that. As we move to the front of the duffel bag, you can see the big Nike swoosh logo, and you also do have this horizontal zipper here. This horizontal zipper does allow you access to another compartment, and this compartment itself is a little more flat-lined. I think this compartment would do great to store more things like documents, paperwork, documents, things that you still want quick accessibility, but it is more on the thin side of things. Maybe even some tank tops or a t-shirt. As we move further down the duffel bag, there's another zipper. And this zipper allows access to another compartment. And this compartment is actually quite roomy. This compartment, I am pretty sure, is more designated for shoes or dirty clothes or wet clothes. Basically, it's just another compartment to separate from the top one. On top of that, I believe that's the case because in the front of this compartment specifically, you can see a little mesh opening. And I'm pretty sure that's to help with breathability and ventilation for this particular compartment here. When we go to the left side of this duffel bag, there is of course another zipper compartment. The zipper actually only spans maybe a little bit down towards the front, but as we go to the back, it kind of cuts the zipper a little bit short at the corner of the duffel bag here. But either way, this is just one other compartment. Really nothing inside of this one. And as we move to the right side of the duffel bag, there's no zipper compartment, but rather there is pretty much an open access to a mesh netting open basket type of thing. I'm pretty sure for this one, what I would do with it is I would put my water bottle or my snacks, just something that's super easy and super quick to access. Material wise, it's made of 100% polyester, but if you have this in hand, it's definitely this ripstop type of material. It just feels pretty thick and durable. And the bottom of the bag is actually more of this waterproof type of lining. In terms of this waterproof lining at the bottom, I can see this being a really useful feature, particularly if you're going to use this duffel bag to go near the swimming pool, or if you're going to be traveling with this duffel bag somewhere on a rainy day. This is going to really help protect your belongings. In regards to ergonomics, like most duffel bags, you have 2 options on how you want to carry this bag. You can either utilize these 2 handles right here and hold it with your hands like this, or you can utilize the shoulder strap. The cool thing about the shoulder strap is it is detachable, but whereas these handles are not. I would say overall, just aesthetics wise, this is a pretty sleek and minimalistic looking bag. Aside from that bold Nike branding, otherwise it's a nice black bag that's pretty sleek, and I can see this being quite functional for gym, fitness, sports, or travel. So now I want to spend a little bit of time doing a quick comparison between these 2 bags right here. This is my Adidas duffel bag that I've been using for many years, and I just thought I'd compare it to this Nike Brasilia bag. So as for this Adidas bag, I've had this for many years, well over 5 years, and it's held up really well. I believe this is the Adidas Defender bag, but because I bought this many years ago, this is probably a much older model. I know nowadays there is a more up-to-date version of the Adidas Defender bag, and I'm pretty sure it's very similar, if not the exact same dimensions and tier as this Nike Brasilia bag. It's also the same price at $40. There is a black and white colorway just like this, and it's a very similar shape and has similar dimensions. But either way, this duffel bag is very similar to this one, so let's just do a quick comparison. Right off the bat, what I really do like about this Nike Brasilia bag is the two compartments that this one does not have. I mentioned earlier there is this horizontal compartment right here, which is very convenient for thin items such as paperwork. And also the bottom compartment that I showed you earlier, I think is a really useful tool to separate, again, your dirty clothes from your clean clothes, and also just to store wet clothes or to store your sneakers, again, separately from your clean clothes. With the Adidas bag, there is only one main compartment here. And so this compartment is larger, but oftentimes I am putting my dirty shoes or my wet clothes in the same compartment as my clean clothes. So I would have to use a separate like grocery bag or something to separate the dirty from the clean stuff. I think in general, just having more compartments just allows for more options to separate and organize your things. And so that gives this Nike Brasilia bag a big plus. Another big plus is this side mesh pocket that I mentioned on the left side of the Nike duffel bag. I like how accessible and quick it is if you want to just put something that's very easy to reach out for. Unfortunately for this Adidas bag, both sides are closed off by a zipper, so if I do want to access something on either side of this bag, I have to zip it up and grab it out, which is, you know, an extra 2 seconds or whatever, but you know, sometimes those 2 seconds really make a big difference in terms of convenience. So another huge plus for this Nike bag here. One more big plus about this Nike bag is I feel like this large compartment is just about the perfect size. This compartment is big enough to barely fit my main essential needs for fitness and gym stuff. I can fit at least 2 or 3 pairs of shoes. I can easily fit a good amount of clothes for a weekend trip. And in terms of this compartment, it can fit a basketball, it can fit a football, a soccer ball, a volleyball, really any main ball sport or ball equipment. And it can definitely fit a pair of basketball shoes, football cleats, things like that. So far a lot of praise for this Nike bag, but let's quickly talk about a few cons. First con is kind of the pro that I mentioned earlier, where when there's more compartments, there's a little less volume. Because this one doesn't have that bottom compartment, it actually helps to have a lot more volume on the top compartment here. Whereas when you have on the Nike one, when you have this bottom compartment, it kind of compromises the volume on this top one. Granted, at least for me personally, this compartment is barely big enough to fit all of my needs from a fitness perspective, but if you do want a little more volume per se, or if you do have really large items that you want to fit, this one technically stands 1 inch taller than this one, and it is gonna have a bigger space without this compartment at the bottom. So the Adidas bag will technically have a little more of a larger volume to fit bigger things. One more thing I wanna mention is that the layer of fabric that separates the bottom from the top compartments in this Nike bag is, you know, it's fabric, so it's not firm or anything. And the downside of that is that it does not provide the bag much structure. If you have a bunch of crinkled clothes and wrinkled stuff inside, and you know, shoes and things that'll just have a lot of weird shapes, it's gonna really affect the comfort and the way that things organize and sit. Whereas this Adidas bag has a little bit of a plastic lining that gives it a little more structure, which in turn just allows for that shape and stability in the bag to not feel like it's as clunky and all over the place. One more con, and this goes to both bags anyway, but at least with the Nike bag, I did wish that you can somehow remove or hide these handles. If you want to use a shoulder strap, it's cool, but these handles just still get in the way and they flop all over the place. Ideally, if I can hide these or detach them somehow, it would have made it much more comfortable to maneuver the zippers around. Again, that's just nitpicking because most duffel bags are like that anyway. So in terms of price, again, this Nike Brasilia bag retails for $40, and I believe the Adidas Defender, the most recent one, that's very similar to this one, also retails for $40. All in all, I think both options are very affordable, very sleek, and nothing screams out more like you're an athletic person than just rocking an Adidas or a Nike duffel bag. So let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions about these bags in particular, and let me know which duffel bag are you using for the gym. If you're looking for a new one, are you considering these bags at all? I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I make content revolving around things such as fashion, fitness, functionality, and footwear. So if you're interested in any of those things, consider subscribing for more. And while you're at it, check out some of my previous videos here and here. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.